I'm trying to just go for my walk right away. Like out the door right away. Just got up. Take Aries with me. Anyways, Jimmy and Zoe went to town because they're doing a father and daughter day today. And I decided that today is going to be the day that I work all day because this is a long weekend. Happy Easter, by the way. And it is a long weekend. And today's Saturday. And yesterday I didn't walk. I feel horrible and guilty about it. But the problem is when it's still cold out, and you know what, this is not an excuse, this is an actual like health reason. But when it's cold out, like it's still chilly here. It's still chilly. It's like 4 degrees, I think, today. And it's windy. So, you know, because it's starting to warm up and we get lots of wind once that starts to happen. And so yesterday, Jimmy went on his walk. Well, we were talking about going on our walk, and Jimmy was like, I really don't want you to walk today because it's so windy out, and the wind literally takes my breath away. And with this recent weight gain, my asthma has gotten worse. And not as bad as it used to be, but it's definitely worse. So Jimmy said, I'm going to go for my walk, but I don't want you to go. And I was like, you know what, fair enough, because literally, you know, that's what causes my asthma attacks is the wind, the heat. Like when I'm walking, when it's really hot, no wind or anything, that wind doesn't matter when it's so hot. It literally takes my breath away. I cannot stand the heat, and I can't stand like a cold wind in my face. So I didn't walk yesterday. I was going to do the treadmill, but the treadmill is literally loaded up with all of Zoe's boxes because she's moving. And I was not feeling well at all yesterday anyways. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was nauseous. I didn't feel good whatsoever. I took a Gravol, went back to bed, and it was kind of off and on in bed. I did get up for part of the day, but I just was not having a good day. And so I got up today. Jimmy and Zoe just left. And I was like, you know what? I'm getting dressed and I'm going to attempt my walk because I you know, if you wait for the perfect weather day here in Alberta, you're never going to get out walking. And that's the truth. It's just that with me, it's a little bit different because of my asthma, and it literally will take my breath away. And I have even a couple times I've used my blue puffer. And this is my blue puffer. The date on it is June 2020. That was the last time that I got a refill on my blue puffer. And I haven't used it. Like, I don't even take this. Like, when we went down to the States and when we've gone on trips, I don't even take my blue puffer anymore. Now I need to have it just in case. And I don't like that. And it's the extra weight. Zoe also, like, Zoe's a very small girl anyway. She's definitely not overweight by any means. But she has gained a little bit of weight because she took the semester off. She's been working for me. She's been sitting, not very active. You know, and so she's put on a little bit of weight. Obviously not a concern. I'm not saying anything like that. It's definitely good for her to put on a little bit of weight, but she also notices her asthma getting a little bit worse just with, you know, the 10 pounds that she's gained. So, you know, health reasons. Let's focus on health reasons, you know, and that's why I'm doing this a good, natural, slow way, healthy way. I want to feel better mentally, health-wise, my asthma, my eczema, and that's why I'm doing it. That is, I'm focusing, I'm shifting my focus to that rather than weight loss. Unfortunately, yes, weight loss will improve my asthma, but I'm just thinking it for weight loss to improve my asthma. Does that make sense? Anyways, I gotta go. I'm stalling. I'm stalling. I gotta go for my walk. Right, I'm ready to go. I have this on today. It's still chilly. But this is kind of to cover my ears and my mouth because it will definitely help like with the wind. Aries is at my feet. We are all ready to go. Rosie is staying, unfortunately. It's very difficult to walk them both. Plus, Rosie can't keep up. Like literally a quarter of the way, she's done and she stops walking. So we need to take Aries because Aries needs the exercise. Shih Tzus do not. But Aries needs exercise and we are heading out. Here we go. right, I did it. Oh my gosh, I forgot to take my puffer with me actually, which was all right. I didn't need it. But the wind on the last trek home was so bad. It was so windy. So I definitely had my thing up. So I can take that off now. Oh. Anyways, but it feels good. It still felt good to go out there and to walk. I want to put this into a little bit of perspective. Which was very motivating for me, actually. And, walking is motivating for me. I've said that before. I feel so good after I do it. But it was funny because we live in such a small hamlet that literally every time that you go out walking, you're bound to see somebody else out walking, right? Or out on a scooter. There's a couple older people that used to walk, and this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how one of our neighbors, he religiously walked every day, and he's probably, I would say, he's probably close to 80, and he walked every day. He even walked in the snow, during winter time. He loves it so much. And we seen him on our walk a couple of days ago. I think it was the day that I actually made my 10,000 steps. Forgot to wear my watch today. I was so mad. But anyways, we seen him on our walk, and his name is George. And I used to see him at the post office as well all the time. Such a nice man, such a nice, sincere man. And he was in a scooter. And I said, George, you're in a scooter. I said, you're not walking. And I noticed that he was in a scooter, this last 6 months, if we didn't get too much snow or whatever, he would be out on a scooter. And he says, yeah, he said, I can't walk anymore. And I said, what? I said, you can't walk anymore. And he said, my gout has gotten so bad in my ankles and my feet and my knees, and now it's bothering me in my elbow, which I didn't even know gout was a thing in your elbow. And he says, I can't walk anymore. Here's Ivy. And of course, I was like, well, at least he's still getting out on a scooter and he gets some fresh air, right? I commended him for that. But afterwards, when I got home, I realized, walking, and I don't want to sound negative, but walking is you take walking for granted. You really, really do. And if you are mobile and able to walk, and I don't mean I don't walk fast. I've never been a fast walker. I walk a decent pace, but I'm not a fast walker. But if you can walk, you need to get out there and walk, and you need to utilize those legs because, there were so many people that would be their one wish. Like George, he wishes that he could still walk. He wishes that he could still walk because he was such an avid walker. And, my dad, he's 82. He just turned 82, and he's a walker. He walks fast, he is a walker. But he also has been walking ever since I can remember. Ever since I was little, a toddler, teenager, he walked every single day, and he still walks every single day. Now he breaks up. He usually tries to walk 5K every day. He walks more than me. That was another thing that I was saying to Zoe. I said, I cannot believe my 82-year-old father walks more than I do, before I started walking again in April. Actually, he still walks more than me. But anyways, he walks 5K a day, but he breaks it up into 3 or 4 sessions. So he'll go to the mall because the mall opens up early for walkers. So he'll walk the mall, especially in the wintertime. He'll walk the mall, and then he'll walk by the river because we live Medicine Hat, because it's about half an hour away from where I live, but Medicine Hat is where Dad lives, and we have the South Saskatchewan River that runs through it, and he loves walking along there. So he'll do another walk along the river, and then he'll do another walk around Canadian Tire and Walmart because my dad's a shopper. He likes looking. He doesn't shop, purchase things, but he loves looking. And he just walks all day, and it just really hits I'm having all these epiphanies. I feel like I'm just having all of these light bulb moments on a daily basis, and to feel it feels like I'm going in the right path. When you feel like you're in the slumps, nothing's working out, and then all of a sudden every day you kind of get this epiphany of what you're doing right. Hi, Ivy. And that's how I feel lately. So, you know, I really feel that like walking, and it's doing so much. What are you doing, monkey? What are you doing, monkey? Ivy, you're gonna be gone soon. You're gonna be leaving soon. But anyways, I feel like, you know, me walking has just been so life-changing, you know, and I want to stick with it. I want to, like, that's another thing. Like, I don't know. I've just been doing so much thinking lately, thinking. And, you know, my dad goes for a physical every year, every single year. And his doctor says how amazing how amazingly he's in shape. Like my dad is in very, very good shape. He is definitely in better shape than I am. And I'm 46 years old. And, you know, my dad is going to live a long time. And same with my mom. I don't have a relationship with my mom, but, you know, my daughters talk to her as well. And, you know, keep me informed in the loop on how she's doing. And, you know, she's very, very healthy woman. My mom is actually a petite woman. She is not even 5 feet tall, and she probably weighs like 100 pounds, I would say. And she's very, very tiny, and she always has been very tiny. And my mom has always made healthy food choices, and she has walked as well. But with her, it's always been the healthy food choices, like the salad at every meal and just things of that nature. So, you know, those sort of things with my mom and dad, with what they're doing as far as eating healthy, you know, eating the salads, eating the fruits, eating oranges, doing all these things, and walking every day. You know, it helps to live a long life and a long, happy life. Like my dad is so happy, like he's so healthy, and he just has so much energy. It's crazy. But anyways, enough with all that. I've been having a few light bulb moments, and you know, I think that always happens when you are on your right path. And the funny thing is that, you know, this path may not last forever. Just like other paths in my life, like, have definitely not lasted forever. But, you know, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm feeling really, really good. And it felt really good to do that walk. And I wanted to do it early. I noticed how I was probably really rushing around in the opening clip, but it was getting windier and windier as time went on today. So like it was 10 in the morning when I went for my walk, and then 11, 12, it was going up to like 70-kilometer-hour winds, and it was just getting more and more windier as the time was going on. So I was like, if I don't get out there and do it right now, then I'm not going to do it, because 100 kilometers an hour wind, that's too much for me. That is like that's too windy for Janet to be going outside. So I'm glad I got it done for the day. I also wanted to show you a couple things. Well, one particular thing, I haven't tried the other thing yet, but I'm going to make it today. But I'm going to show you one thing that I have been loving lately. All right, there's actually two things that I want to share with you. The first thing that I've been making and I've been loving lately is overnight oatmeal. Have you ever tried it? It's actually really, really good. So what I've been doing the last week is I have been counting macros. I love it because it's a thick consistency. Let me know if you've ever tried overnight oats. They're actually really, really good. So what I've been doing now is I've been counting macros. I have certain macros that I follow that I'm really trying to fix my metabolism. I'm trying to fix my relationship with food, and I'm trying to use food as fuel in order to give me energy and to keep my muscle and, you know, just live a healthy life. So this is going to be meal number one. I've been learning a lot, but I'm no expert whatsoever. This is just my journey and what I'm doing now. And I'm really trying to fix my metabolism, because as I get older, I notice, you know, that it's slowing down. And definitely during the last 3 months, even the last 6 months, my metabolism, I feel, has been really shot. Number one has been stress. Number one was stress. I know lifelong struggle with weight loss and dieting. I've been dieting off and on for 25 years. I've been not eating enough calories to the point where it's 1,200 or less, where I get to the point to lose weight, and hence my last video, why I really got to the root of, sorry I look a mess, you guys. This is real life here, but I want to do this video, and I wanted to explain a few things as well, because there was a lot of questions on exactly what I'm doing with my diet, and I am macro counting with my diet. And you know, I explained in my last video why I quit keto, because I was getting to the point where I myself was desperate to see those numbers on the scale move. I was desperate, you know, and I was doing so many different things that I was confusing myself, because I would think that, okay, well, I need to take away this in order to lose weight. You know, this is an inflammation for me, and that will, taking away that food group that's causing me inflammation will result in weight loss, because I won't feel inflamed anymore. You know, I won't be holding on to water anymore if I get rid of this food. You know, I did that a lot. I did that a lot last year. And like I said, I sit back and I think about the things that I tried last year, and I just shake my head. And I'm not saying challenges per se, as far as when you set a challenge for yourself and I'm gonna, you know, do this for however long. Like that's different. Like for me, walking, that's a challenge. I'm gonna walk every day for the month of April. That's a challenge for me, right? But I feel like I was doing a lot of challenges. I was doing a lot of fasting. I was doing, you know, the carnivore thing, which, you know, I definitely wasn't eating enough calories when I did the carnivore. I was doing an egg fast, you know, and the whole thing with those. And that's why I say that did a toll on my mind more than anything, because it was confusing. It was like, I'm getting desperate to do things, so I'm just going to eat eggs for 3 or 5 days. But like, that's only temporary. That's like the cabbage soup diet. That's only temporary. It only lasts for those 3-4 days. And then eventually, you know, yes, the first week that you're back on normal food, you're okay. But then eventually, you know, it just gets, there goes George. George is driving by. George is in his car today. He's driving by the house. Anyways, but you know, those things are so short term and did such, I'm gonna say damage to my relationship with food, that it was really pretty a hindrance on like what really is good. What really is good food to eat? What is really bad food to eat? Like, you know, that people, it was too much. It was way too much. And at the time I was desperate to see results, so I didn't mind doing any of that, right? So now I'm trying to fix my relationship with food. I am tracking macros. I am healing my metabolism. I'm trying to get fuel throughout the whole entire day so that I am feeling good throughout the whole entire day. I have the energy to do the things I want to do, and that's what I'm doing. Another thing I wanted to show you, that, first of all, I can't even believe I bought these because of the price. Now, I'm in this mode of saving. Like if you watch, I haven't posted on my budgeting channel for a while, but obviously you know that that's a huge importance in our lives, is the cash stuffing. We became debt free by cash stuffing, and it holds a real place in my heart. And now our next stage in life is we're saving to travel, right? So that's our next goal is traveling. We want to go to Europe for 2 months. We want to take our camper, travel across Canada and the US, you know, and do whatever we want. We want to go to San Francisco. We want to see Alcatraz. We want to, you know, go to Europe, Germany, stay a couple, 3 months there. Like, we want to do a lot of things. And so those things are important to Jimmy and I in retirement, right? Everybody has kind of a different view of retirement. And that's what Jimmy and I, it's important because we love spending time together. We love experiencing new things. We love traveling. He was in the military. He traveled a lot and seen the world over 20 years when he was served. But, you know, now it's time for us to enjoy that time and to travel and partake in different food, different culture, you know, and we are so looking forward to it. Like for us, that's what's important. We don't buy a lot of things like a new car or a new camper, that's not us, because that's just kind of temporary things for us. Like that's just not what we're interested in. So anyways, speaking of saving money, I still can't believe I bought these, but I did. These are, you get 18 in a pack, and they were $38. 18 in a pack. So that makes them about, like, probably around $2, a little over $2 each. Like, that blows my mind. But I wanted to try them because I was hearing a lot of people try them, and they are only 4 total carbs. And the kicker is that they have 30 grams of protein. And it is good. I had one yesterday and they are good. They are very, very good actually. So what I plan to make with this later on in this video, or maybe the next clip, is some protein pudding. I'm going to see, I should have some protein pudding powder, or like some pudding powder. And I'm going to try that because another lady that I follow a bunch of people on YouTube, and I think her channel name is Jenn's Journey, and she used to follow Weight Watchers. She's done fantastic as well, and now she follows macro counting, and she makes a protein pudding almost every day or every other day, and it looks delicious. So I wanted to try that. So that is what I'm going to make with this. But first, I'm going to finish my oatmeal and have that, and I will catch up with you guys in the next clip. All right, so all you will need for this protein pudding is a whole bottle of either Fairlife, or she said the Premier protein will work as well. Some of the other protein shakes don't sit up. I will link that video below. Actually, she has a video out that she made 7 different kinds of protein pudding using a protein shake and then just some low sugar pudding mix. So we will need a whole bottle of our protein shake, as well as 2 tablespoons of the pudding mix. So this is what I have. In Canada, it's really hard to find any Jello pudding that has no sugar. Next time I go to the States, I'm gonna have to stock up, but I do like this Simply Delish. They're just really expensive. That's the only thing, but you will only need 2 tablespoons of the pudding of your choice, and you're going to mix both of those into a small dish. I have a little small dish that I'm going to use and mix it into, and mix it really well. She uses like one of those coffee blenders that people have, that cordless one. I'm going to use probably the one that's on the side of our coffee maker. It's not detachable or anything, so I won't be able to show you, but you're literally going to mix one whole thing of this with 2 tablespoons of your pudding, and that's it. You're going to mix it up and put it in the fridge. All right, this is it. It just fit in this container. That's actually makes quite a bit of pudding, but I mixed it up, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I'll probably have this later on tonight. It is almost 12 o'clock, but I'm going to wait and probably have it maybe as my dessert after supper, and I'll let you know how it tastes. All right, it is the end of the day. It is 5:30, and I've just been working all day. Today I wanted to make sure it was a work day because we are going to Calgary actually for a couple days. Like I said earlier, it's Easter, and not that, you know, a long weekend makes a difference anymore because we are retired, but we decided that we were going to actually meet Jenna in Calgary because she's about an hour out of Calgary, and then we're about 2.5 hours away from Calgary, and we thought that we would just meet because, horrible to say, but we pretty much have done everything that there is to offer in Banff, and Jenna just likes the change as well. You know, she likes going to a Walmart and to a dollar store because she doesn't have those things in Banff. So we're going to meet her in Calgary. We're going to stay 2 nights, so we plan on going Monday and Tuesday. So I want to get as much work done so I can really enjoy those days away. But Jimmy surprised me with a beef burrito from Taco Time. It's my favorite. So luckily I didn't have supper or go over my macros and was able to fit that in. Plus, I'm going to have a taste of this protein. I don't know if it's set. It's only been sitting for about 5-6 hours, so it's not quite set. I probably won't eat all of it because it seems like a lot. I know the container looks small, but it's actually, there's quite a bit. So I'm just going to taste it to see how it is and share with you guys, and, you know, to see if you guys maybe would have been interested in it to make it. Oh, it's actually set up pretty good. It is still pretty liquidy, but like I said, for the most part, I'm going to put it back in the fridge, and tomorrow it should be absolutely perfect. So let's give this a taste. I didn't add any toppings. I'm just going to have it plain, but let me taste it. Oh my, that's crazy. It just tastes like chocolate pudding, like normal chocolate pudding. It's still kind of liquidy. You know what it tastes like? It actually tastes like melted chocolate ice cream. So sometimes with my hard ice cream, I kind of let it melt a little bit, or even soft chocolate ice cream. That's what this tastes like. It's really good. I will be sure to link Jenn's video about her making 7 different kinds of protein powders. I believe a lot of the ingredients that she uses are probably low carb or keto friendly. You know, definitely use it as information. You might have to swap out some ingredients, but really good. I'm really trying to hit that protein goal of mine for my macros every day. It is definitely the highest out of all of my macros is the protein. So that is it for today's video, you guys. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.